And now, Smash Center presents an exclusive interview with manager of the Red Team, Nick Wachicki. To start us off, Nick, tell us a little bit about what first got you into Super Smash Bros.
You know, Super Smash Bros. I got into at a very young age. 8 years old, I was delivered the game by my parents. God bless them. They really started me early, and it really gave me the advantage. I entered tournaments when I was 10 years old against adults, 20 to 30 years old, people who didn't have jobs. People would call me up, ask for advice, and you know, at that time I didn't speak any English. Being from Russia, I learned English pretty easily.
That's interesting. Could you tell us any more about your backstory?
I moved here when I was about 15 years old. I moved in with a man named Roshi. This was well before the Dragon incident, and after living with him, I really became fond of coaching.
So, what can you tell us about your earlier coaching experiences?
I started off coaching a couple of Goombas and Koopas, you know, your entry-level fighters, but gradually evolved from there, and it wasn't until I met someone by the name of Falco Lombardi, a student which really got my vision, got what I was saying, till I really grew into the manager I was today.
Okay, so then how did you come to choose your current team?
Well, Falco was an obvious choice. I mean, we go back to the Melee days, to the Brawl days, and now here. Quite naturally, we hit it off, and, you know, we want to be on the same team as much as we can now. Next came Pit, and Pit came out of retirement, actually. From Brawl to here, I mean, he seemed like he's been in form since he was a kid. Actually, when Falco and I were back in a previous couple of teams, we went to Mushroom Kingdom, and there we met some royalty. Princess Peach, always a talker, that one. Doesn't really stop talking, but, you know, a kind soul. She introduced us to such celebrities such as Mario and Luigi, and we felt that they would be a natural fit on our team. The biggest transaction actually came from acquiring Lucas. We heard that he was on the market and that he wanted to play with his friend Ness, but we made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Alright, so what is it that makes this championship for you different from all of the other tournaments that you've been in?
We're really excited for the Falcon brand to be a part of this championship. We feel that the Falcon brand is so big and can really bring just this championship to the masses. Not to mention being on Smash Center, it is really a big deal for the Red Team. Not as much as probably the Blue Team, who has zero experience being in front of the big crowd like us, but we feel like this is going to be advantageous to us.
And speaking of the Blue Team, how do you feel about them as a team?
Well, actually, I've never met the manager Dave on the Blue Team. Never heard of his name. You know, being from Russia myself, maybe he's a big name here, but not too sure if he has any record or if he's even won a match or two. But I wish him all the luck. I don't know how he will do being on this big stage, but I think experience is good for him. You know, he's young, but obviously they chose him for a reason, and I mean, most of their money would have went to me, hiring me, but I'm sure he's getting something out of this.
Okay, so looking to the matchups now, how do you think your team did in the round 1 fights?
You know, I feel the first round spoke for itself. Our training really paid off. We were doing running through the week, we were doing sparring, we were doing sandbagging, we were doing mailbox hitting. You know, we were doing a bunch of things where I just feel that our smash attacks really were able to evolve. The first round went well, like I said. Couple hit and misses here. I would like to sweep all 14 fights next week if possible. I feel like that's where our team is headed. Being 11-3, I don't really feel the Blue Team has much of a chance.
Okay then. Would you care to maybe talk about a couple of those matchups maybe more specifically?
The Link and Lucario fight really comes to mind. I think that Link really wants that one back. After taunting in the final 20 seconds, I think he really realized what he was doing and called me up a couple times in tears, and he's really wanted that one back. We've been looking at tape and looking at some strategy from Lucario's previous matchups to see what's the best angle to take for his next match, and I think he can pull it out. I think that Link's going to have, you know, a hard matchup, but he'll be able to do it. The next match that comes to mind is probably DK and Rob. I think DK was going bananas after that match. He self-destructed twice, and I think he wants that one back. He was really unhappy and had to make some trips out to the jungle to Candy Kong and just, you know, making him feel better, just, you know, getting that home in. I think the home time's really important for these characters. Some characters, you know, they're from far away, and I think that's going to be the difference in these rounds. The next match that comes to mind was probably Ike and Bowser, and Ike just dominated. Ike really prepared himself and was just bringing it. Bowser really had no chance. He was trying to grab onto the ledge and trying to dodge, but Ike's blade was just too big. Pounding him off from side to side and just sending him in all different directions. The next one probably that comes to mind is the Mario and Sonic. I know that these guys have a rich history, both some of the older contenders here, but I think they're gonna prove to be some entertaining matchups. Sonic is quite one of the quicker contenders, but Mario's power and experience I think will push him through, and it'll be tight.
Alright, so looking forward now, what do you think is the red team's biggest challenge?
I think the toughest challenge for Team Red will be delivering those KOs. No doubt in my mind that we'll be able to run up the damage, but delivering those KOs when the damage is over 120, I think is going to be very difficult to do. And I think that whichever team delivers those quicker is definitely going to win the match.
Okay, and then again, looking forward, what do you think will be the red team's greatest strength?
I think our greatest strength will be our experience. I think we've got a couple fighters on our team that have much more experience than the other team that are really going to show our younger fighters how to handle these pressure situations, how to deliver the final blows, and how to, you know, conquer the other team when you're feeling down and out. And I think this will prove helpful for us, and hopefully Team Red will pull it on top.
Alright, Nick. Thanks so much for your time, and good luck in all of your fights next week.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we hope to do well, and hopefully the training this week and the week off from the matches will prove beneficial, and we'll see you guys out there.
And be sure that you don't miss any of the action by tuning in next Monday, July 23rd, when the fights kick off again at the beginning of Round 2. And as always, join us this Friday for our continued coverage of the 2012 Super Smash Bros. Championship only on Smash Center.